Hi there, let's go over your simple machines review, part 1. First thing we have to do is identify each class of levers. And so there are 3 things that we need to worry about. We need to worry about the fulcrum and where it is, the load, and where we apply the effort force. So let's look at this one. This is kind of a crowbar, and we use it to pull out nails right there. And so we're going to put our hands there. That's effort force. It's going to pivot right there at the kind of curve. So there's the fulcrum, and the nail is kind of right there. So that's the load. So it's a class 1. Next, a broom. We push with our hands here, so our effort is on the handle. The load is right there where the bristles are of the broom and the dust. And then we use our elbows right here to pivot. So the fulcrum is up there where the elbows are. So load, effort, fulcrum, that's class 3. Next, a pair of scissors. Our fingers push here and apply the effort force on there. We then cut right there with the scissors, and the fulcrum's right there. So fulcrum, effort, load, that's a class 1 lever. So hopefully you figured that out. Let's do the next one. Here's our shovel. So the dirt is right there. We put our hands on the handle, so our effort force is there, the load's there, and then your elbows become the fulcrum. So fulcrum, effort, load, that's a class 3 lever. Next, here's our pivot point, that's the fulcrum. Our hands are there, so that's our effort force. And for these pliers, there's some sort of screw that we're pulling out, that's the load. So load, fulcrum, effort, that's class 1. Tweezers. The tweezers pivot here. Our thumbs provide the effort, and the load, which is the hair, is right there. So that's the load. There's the fulcrum. So that's class 3 lever. Let's do this one. There's the nutcracker, our hands here. So that's the effort, and the load is in the middle. This time, and so that's the class 2 lever. Wheelbarrow. It pivots here, so that's the fulcrum. There's the fulcrum there. Fulcrum. Our hands pull up, so our effort's there, and the load is right there in the middle. So that's a class 2 lever. And the last one, the hook, which is where our fish is. So that's the load. Our hands are somewhere along the rod. They're the effort. And our fulcrum is here because it's swinging at our shoulders. So that's a class 3 lever. Next, look at the picture. What is the type of pulley, and then the mechanical advantage and how much effort. So let's do the pulley type. So this one is fixed at the top, and there's only one, so it's a single fixed pulley. This one is hooked there, and it moves up with the load. So this one is called a single movable pulley. And this one has more than one pulley, and so we call that a block and tackle system. Next, what's the MA? So in this case, a single fixed pulley, whatever you lift up, say 10 newtons, you have to pull with 10 newtons, so the MA of any single fixed pulley is 1. This one, the MA is 2, and this one, the MA is 2, but at least you get to pull down, which is a little easier. Next, if the bucket is 10 newtons, in each case 10 newtons and 10 newtons, how much do you have to pull? 10 here, and we're going to get cut off. Part 2 I'll go over.